Self-esteem. It's everybody's dream to have a high self-esteem, to walk out there feeling like Beyonce. But did you know there are things you need to have first for you to have a high self-esteem? Like it's like classes. You cannot go from grade 1 and then you find yourself in grade 6. You cannot skip steps. Also, it's important to note you cannot rush it. Beyonce wasn't made overnight and neither will you. But it's worth the effort, it's worth the journey. So let us look at the hierarchy of needs according to Maslow. So Maslow says for you to have a high self-esteem, there are things you need to have first for you to get there. You need to have things like food, you need to have things like shelter, security, finances, for you to be able to have a self-esteem. Now look at this scenario. These people who give people food and they have a camera on, like that is so demeaning to the person you're giving food to. But do they have a choice? No, because they're not thinking about their image. They're not thinking about the respect they will get from others. They're just thinking about their empty stomach. Now, if you have been wondering, do I have a high self-esteem? How do I improve my self-esteem? Then let us look at Maslow's theory of human needs, the hierarchy of needs. And we shall skip the first one because I feel like most people have the first one. So we shall go straight to the second one, but then we will come back to the first one. The second one is safety needs. You need to have a safe home. You need to be financially stable or able and have a good health. So if you don't have this, it's very hard to have a high self-esteem. You hear people say, matajiri wanakuanga na kiburi. It's not exactly kiburi, it's high self-esteem at its peak because they have everything they need to facilitate their self-esteem. Also, if you're not in a safe environment, if you're constantly stressed about finances, you normally develop anxiety. And if there's something I learned from this Elsa and Anna movie, is that people make bad decisions. People feel small when they are scared. So it's hard to have a high self-esteem if you're not in a safe environment. Also, look at this scenario. If the president came to your house, what do? You keep quiet. Now, if everyone in your family has money and you don't, you feel small. You cannot have a high self-esteem in the middle of them because when you talk, it sounds like you're causing confusion. So if you want to have a high self-esteem, develop your safety needs first. Work on having a safe home. Take care of your body to ensure that you're constantly looking good. You're constantly in good health, and provide yourself a safety home, and also make sure you have financial ability to take care of yourself. The third one is love and belonging. For you to have a high self-esteem, you need to be loved. So make sure you're working on your relationship with other people. I hear people say, like, I don't need anyone, I'm okay by myself. No, you're not okay by yourself. When you are in a good relationship, you feel good about yourself. When you are in good relationships with other people around you, you feel good about yourself. These people keep showering you with compliments. They keep making you feel you are good enough. They keep pouring on your cup. So that makes you feel so good about yourself. On the flip side, if you are from a family or a relationship where people are constantly bringing you down, with time, you'll start feeling so bad about yourself. So if you are in a journey where you're trying to improve your self-esteem, work on your relationships. And if they don't work, leave them alone, because it's so hard to have a high self-esteem when everyone else around you is bringing you down. It's hard to have a high self-esteem when everyone else around you makes you feel like you're worthless. So work on your relationships first. And now, here is the T, self-esteem. Now, if you have basic needs, you have safety, and you have love and you belong, it's easy to have self-esteem. It's easy. Actually, you will not even be trying. It comes to you naturally. Like if you are able to fully take care of yourself without bothering anyone, you have someone to run to, someone to have a good time with. If you want something, you're like, I see it, I want it, I like it, I get it, but on a budget, well, it's easy to have a high self-esteem. And there are two types of self-esteem. We have the internal self-esteem. We get this from confidence, our ability to achieve our dreams. You feel like, I got this, I got me. And we have the external self-esteem. That is the validation from others. The feeling of, yeah, they see me. Now that makes you feel so good about yourself. And now, if you have a high self-esteem, you get to the highest level in the hierarchy of needs. That is the self-actualization. Here, you are always striving to be the best version of yourself, to maximize your potential. And self-actualization is like the highest state you can ever be. It's peaceful, it's loving, and it's everything good. But remember, you don't just get there. You have to constantly work on yourself, but I promise it's worth it. Now let us go to the first one. The first one is basic needs. So if you have food, shelter, clothing, and enough sleep, it's easier to have a high self-esteem, because it's shameful being naked. It's shameful having a rumbling stomach. If you don't have basic needs, it's gonna be very hard to have a high self-esteem. So there you go. You need to work on those things for you to have a high self-esteem. And I'm rooting for you. I'm also in the same journey. I hope we win together. So start working on your basic needs, your safety needs, your relationships. Then after you get a high self-esteem, do not stop there. Be the very best version of yourself. I'm rooting for you, and I know you can do it. If you found our video insightful, please leave a comment, like the video, and share it to your friends. Have a lovely day.